another gaming nostalgia, and today we're talking about a film? No, we're talking about a game that everybody, I think, knows of and loved and stuff like that. And it is one that you guys have requested as well, and it was definitely one of my favourites when I was younger, and it's something that's still around now, which is always cool, and it is Rayman. Rayman is awesome. I really, really do love Rayman. The original Rayman, I believe it was either released on the PlayStation 1 or the PC first, usually kind of, you know, in 1995, whichever one it was, but I never played Rayman on the PC, so to me the first Rayman game was on the PlayStation 1, and I think it was that first, but don't quote me on that. So the original Rayman, you know, it's just called Rayman, and I guess I feel like this Rayman game was more child friendly. It kind of maybe went more within the Mario-esque type of things, but you know, obviously slightly different in its own thing. You know, it was a side-scrolling platform, I guess. Oh, I'm bad with gaming analogy. That's, you know, you run along and you collected things and stuff like that, and it was a cute game. It was very, very cutesy. I think it was more like the colours were very like kiddie, and it was very cutesy, and you know, it was a lot of fun though. I enjoyed that game. But then they came out of Rayman 2 The Great Escape, the second one on the PlayStation 1. This game is amazing. I loved this game. I played it all the time. It was like one of my favourites. My favourite PlayStation 1 games were Spyro, the first one, and Rayman 2. Amazing. So Rayman 2, I loved it. Me and my mum used to play it because I found it a little bit hard, so, which is funny now because she is definitely not that great at games, so I used to, as a little kid, I was like, yeah, she's dead good, like, she'd get you past the hard bits, whereas now she doesn't, I don't know what happened there, but anyway, so she used to, like, you know, help me past the hard bits and stuff. I'd be stuck, I'd be like, I'm stuck, but anyway, so it's more of like a 3D type thing, and it's a lot darker and a lot deeper, and there was a lot, it's definitely a lot more, ooh, yes, more to it. It was a very, very exciting game. You had to collect these little firefly type things, I don't know what they're called, like, they have a name. And you know, it was really, really exciting. I loved that game a lot. And then I actually never played Rayman 3. Rayman 3 was released on the PlayStation 1 and the PlayStation 2, I believe. Was it just PlayStation 2? Not really sure, but you know, I've done my homework, haven't I? Surely. No. But Rayman 2 definitely, losing it. Rayman 3 definitely came out on the PlayStation 2. And I remember I always kind of wanted to play it, but I never did. So I'd still be interested. Did anybody else play Rayman 3? Did you enjoy it? Let me know in the comments below, because I might pick it up, you know, later date and just have a go at it. I never ever played a PlayStation 2 Rayman game. I do have a few now that I've picked up actually only probably last year at car boots and such, which I haven't managed to pop in yet because, you know, PlayStation 2 games don't play on the PlayStation 3, and even though I've still got my PlayStation 2, it's all switching leads and stuff. But yes, I do actually have a few. I think I've got Rayman M and a couple of others. There was some on the PlayStation 2, so I don't know if they were as good as I remember the old ones, but yeah, let me know in the comments below. And then as I got a Wii, I remember the first Rayman Wii game, I was like, oh, so excited. But of course it wasn't really a Rayman game. Of course Rayman buddied up with the Raven Rabbids, which obviously then he sprung off from, which is good because, you know, it wasn't really in the Rayman-esque, I suppose. But you know, Rayman Raven Rabbids, the first one, I loved it because it had Rayman in. I was like, yeah, I like Rayman, and the Rabbids, and I was quite young, so I thought it was really fun, mini games and stuff. And then, of course, they came out of Rayman Origins, which I have on the PlayStation 3, and it's an amazing game, and it's definitely brought Rayman back, which I'm so glad about. And I think it kind of combines elements of the first Rayman game and the second. It's not really as dark as the second one. It's more kind of, you know, still it's a side... What are they? Is it side scrollers where you run along the sides, like sideways? Yeah, I should know these things. Anyway, and you know, but it's a great game. It's really, really creative and everything like that. So I loved that. It was all like, it was just a big improvement on what I thought Rayman games had become. I was like, wow, this is great, you know. And then of course they got Rayman Legends, which I have on the Wii U, and you know what? I have hardly played it, and I really want to get into it. I don't know why. I think there's so many. When I got the Wii U, I got quite a few games. I was like, yeah, I'm so excited about this, and I got into quite a few. And that's just one that I haven't managed to, like, literally I played one level and I haven't gotten into it yet. So it's not because I don't like it. It's just because I'm really into some other things, like Super Mario 3D World and the Donkey Kong, and you know, things like that. What else do I love on there? But anyway, but on the Wii U, you can actually use the Wii U pad and put things in and do stuff, which is really, really cool because it was originally a Wii U exclusive. So I'm really, really happy that they kind of brought Rayman back, and he's now a loved character again, because Spyro, he's kind of drifted away. I mean, I know they did Skylanders with him, but honestly I felt like they just pushed him aside. It was like Spyro for a minute, and then it's like, right, okay, Spyro isn't important now, we're just Skylanders. So I think they used his name at the beginning to like get a bit of a, but then it kind of, you know, whatever. So Rayman, I'm glad his name is back in the gaming world and that people will know of him again. But yeah, I will never ever forget that Rayman 2 game. That is by far my favourite. I loved that game, and I always remember this bit I probably won't be able to explain it to you guys because it will be a bad explanation, but I was walking along this little thin edge and then I had to jump to this little, like there was maybe lava in between, I had to jump to this little patch of rock, and then you had to jump to the patch of rock, and it was really kind of hard. But I loved that game, like I say, you know, it was great, and I kind of liked that it was a bit darker. I do like darker games a little bit, you know, but so yeah, there we go, that's my thoughts on Rayman. I love Rayman, still to this day. Rayman is doing well now again, which I'm happy about. Let me know if you guys ever played a PlayStation 2 Rayman game. I'd be interested because I have not played one of those. Let me know in the comments below if you ever played Rayman. If you haven't heard of Rayman, I would be surprised. Let me know your thoughts on him, and yeah, let me know what gaming nostalgia you want me to do, what you want me to talk about, and all fun stuff like that. Until then guys, see you next time. Don't forget to thumbs up for more gaming nostalgias because I like to see your thumbs, and subscribe if you haven't already or if you are a newbie, and I'll see you then. Goodbye!